Imagine this, the world is about to end. And it's all because two powerful men couldn't agree on some missiles in Cuba. Crazy, right? But wait, what if things really went south during the Cuban Missile Crisis? What if those two superpowers decided, yeah, let's hit the big red button? Well, stick around because today we're diving into a terrifying alternate history where the Cuban Missile Crisis didn't end in peace, but in nuclear war. Trust me, you'll want to watch till the end because things get really wild. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any more mind-bending what-if scenarios. All right, let's get started before someone presses the wrong button again. October 27th, 1962. The Cuban Missile Crisis, a tense standoff between the US and the Soviet Union, had reached its boiling point. Diplomacy had failed. Khrushchev and Kennedy, two men with the world's fate in their hands, blinked. Then they pushed the button. The first missiles streaked across the sky, leaving fiery trails like harbingers of doom. Washington, D.C., the heart of American power, was vaporized in an instant. New York, the city that never sleeps, slept forever beneath a mushroom cloud. Moscow, the Kremlin's seat of iron control, became a radioactive crater. The world watched in horror as civilization crumbled before their eyes. The nuclear exchange was swift, brutal, and absolute. The ensuing firestorms raged across continents, consuming everything in their path. Nuclear winter descended, a chilling darkness that blotted out the sun. Radiation spread like a silent killer, poisoning the air, water, and soil. The survivors emerged from their shelters, blinking in the strange new light. They found a world transformed, a landscape of ash and shadow. The Cuban Missile Crisis had been a game of chicken, a dangerous test of nerves. Both sides had underestimated the other's resolve. The result was a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. The world had teetered on the brink of nuclear war for years, but now it had plunged headlong into the abyss. The United States and the Soviet Union, the two superpowers that had dominated the 20th century, were gone. Their empires reduced to radioactive dust, their ideologies, capitalism and communism, buried beneath the rubble. The world was now a multipolar wasteland where survival was the only ideology. Governments collapsed, societies disintegrated, people turned on each other, fighting for scraps of food and water. Amid the chaos and despair, some pockets of order emerged. These were the seeds of a new civilization, born from the ashes of the old. The immediate aftermath of the nuclear war was a scene of unimaginable horror. Cities were reduced to rubble. Millions perished in the initial blasts and the ensuing firestorms. Radiation sickness spread like wildfire, claiming countless more lives. The survivors faced a bleak and uncertain future. They were the inheritors of a poisoned world, scarred by nuclear fire. The nuclear winter that followed plunged the planet into darkness. The sun was obscured by a thick layer of dust and debris. Temperatures plummeted, crops failed, famine stalked the land. The societal collapse was swift and complete. Law and order vanished. People turned on each other, driven by desperation and fear. But even in the darkest of times, the human spirit endured. They rebuilt what they could, creating small pockets of civilization amid the ruins. The Dragon's Ascent. As the United States and the Soviet Union crumbled, a new power emerged from the ashes: China. Relatively unscathed by the nuclear exchange, China seized the opportunity to fill the power vacuum. Its vast population and resources gave it a significant advantage in the post-apocalyptic world. China became the new superpower, the dominant force in a shattered world. Its leaders consolidated their control over the remaining territories, establishing a new world order. They rebuilt their infrastructure, focusing on sustainable technologies and renewable energy. The political landscape of the world was transformed. China played a leading role in shaping new alliances, using its influence to promote stability and peace. China became a beacon of hope in a dark and uncertain world. A new world order. The post-apocalyptic world was a vastly different place. The old ways of life were gone, replaced by a new emphasis on survival and sustainability. People learned to live off the land, cultivating their own food and building their own shelters. They rediscovered the value of community and cooperation. The social and cultural landscape underwent a dramatic transformation. The old hierarchies and divisions were erased. A new sense of equality emerged, based on shared experience and mutual respect. Technology also shifted towards survival and adaptation. People developed new methods of farming and water purification. The environmental recovery was an unexpected positive consequence of the nuclear war. The Earth had been given a second chance. So, there you have it. A world where the Cuban Missile Crisis escalates into nuclear war. Everything changes. The superpowers fall, China rises, and survival becomes the new way of life. Maybe the scariest part? We came so close to this reality in 1962. One wrong move, and boom. History looks very different. Now the big question. How different would today be if things had gone this way? Think about it, and let me know in the comments what you think. Could we have bounced back? Or would this be the end of the line? If you enjoyed this alternate history deep dive, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your friends. Because trust me, there's a lot more what-ifs coming your way.